Are you into Thorn? No, not pallet Thorn. This Thorn, the Thorn T003. A small wrist isn't exactly a world problem, but it's a personal problem for people like me and maybe for you too. Rules? They are meant to be broken. Even though I prefer smaller sizing, if you are into classical proportions or have a smaller wrist, this watch might be perfect for you. In this video, I'll explain why it could be the perfect match, but spoiler alert, there are some red flags, so stick around until the end, because while it looks like a great deal at first, I'm sadly sending this home back. What is up guys, this just arrived in the mail and I was super excited to check it out. Why? Because this might be a historical moment. Thorn is the first AliExpress brand to create a 34mm reissue, a true vintage sized homage. This makes it a game changer for smaller wrists like mine or for anyone who prefers classic proportions. But yeah, there's a but. There are a few flaws here that we will dive into shortly. Let's start with the specs because I know that's what you're here for. The diameter is listed as 34mm and it is spot on when measured. The thickness advertised at 9.5mm, but my calipers show 12.2mm. Lug to lug officially 40.7mm, but the female end links extended to a noticeable 45.6mm, making it wear a bit larger, but that's good news for bigger wrists too. The lug width is 19mm, which limits strap options, so don't expect this to be a strap monster. Water resistance is 100 meters, perfectly fine for daily wear. The crystal is domed sapphire with AR coating, and the Lume is the vintage C3 Lume instead of the BGW9. Now the movement is the famous PT5000 with a smooth second sweep that's my favorite amongst Chinese automatics. The specs sound great on paper, but let's address the reality. For example, the Lume is underwhelming. I tested it against my other watches and this one just doesn't shine as brightly, even compared to the other watches with C3 Lume. It could be a quality control issue or just a bad sample. The bracelet. Now here's where things take a turn. When the watch first arrived, I was confused about how to adjust it. There were no visible screws or pins. After some digging, the AliExpress seller sent me a video explaining that the links are quick release pins. You can adjust them manually, stretching the end links like this. At first, I loved the concept, no tools needed, but then I realized the flaw. This bracelet has a fixed minimum size. You can only remove a few links per side, and for someone like me with OCD and ADHD, an off-centered clasp is a deal breaker. Sure, I could swap the bracelet for a strap, but that ruins the whole aesthetic. The bracelet makes this watch. If it doesn't fit with my wrist, it's a no-go. That's why, unfortunately, I have to send it back. Customer service and other models. To be fair, Thorn has solid customer service. They've been responsive and helpful, and they are expanding their lineup with models like the T004 and the T005, which now feature the Mercedes hands. But here's the thing. This fixed bracelet design doesn't make sense for a watch aimed at smaller wrists. If your wrist is below 7 inches, you will likely have an off-centered clasp. My wrist is 16.5 centimeters or 6.5 inches, and it's just too small to wear this comfortably with the original bracelet. Conclusion: so, who is this watch for? It's for anyone who loves compact vintage inspired designs and doesn't mind either accepting an off-centered clasp or swapping the bracelet. If you are okay with those compromises and your wrist is 7 inches or larger, this could be a great addition to your collection. That is it for today. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you would rock the Thorn T003 or if the bracelet would be a deal breaker for you too. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.